Alrighty then. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday, and welcome to another episode of RNG Weekly Updates. How are you doing? Joining me today is a friend of the show, Mr. Meriwether Lewis himself. How are you doing there, angry Canadian?
Hey, thanks for inviting me on. It's been a long time, so finally here to chat about whatever video game related and catch up too, since I've been MIA for about a month.
Yeah, you were jet setting around the United States, huh?
Yep, grand globe-trotting adventure over the third world country known as United States of America.
Well, you were in Illinois, so yes, that does count. But it's wonderful to have you back. Sorry that you're a little bit under the weather, but I'm happy that you're able to play a little bit hurt today and kind of get this show off on a good start. Obviously, this is one of the last big weeks for probably news in the month of November because next week here in the States is Thanksgiving. But you never know because news never stops, they say, right? So, with that being said, I guess we'll start this off very simply. Mr. AC, what are you playing?
Yeah, so since I decided to go on a 1 month long trip, I figured, you know what, I'm gonna take my Switch 2 with me and try to knock out a couple games for this challenge that we've been doing all year. And unfortunately, I was not able to finish a single one of those games because I was too busy doing stuff. So the three games that I brought with me was Gunner Blade 2, also known as Xenoblade 2, and then Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which is the third game, and it's the Switch version I'm playing, and then Castlevania Circle of the Moon on within the Castlevania Advance collection. And so I played those while I was flying or while I was like relaxing at in the hotel or whatever. And I haven't finished any of those three games, so I'm still trying to work through them. And then I came back and I was able to finally play um, the Yeast versus Trails fighting game, which is pretty interesting because it's a PSP game that was locked to Japan only, and then they decided to kind of like re-release it or remaster it for all the modern consoles. Oddly enough, though, and I haven't checked since we've done the stream, but you can't buy it on the Japanese Nintendo eShop because I was gonna buy it
Mm.
before going on the trip, but it wasn't on there for some odd reason. So now it's like reverse. They're not going to have it on their eShop, but you could play it on Steam if you wanted to. So, and I've been having a lot of fun prior to going on the trip. I've been playing the Trails in the Sky first chapter, which is basically like a remake of the original game.
Mm.
And that has been an amazing game. I'm looking forward to continuing that game and finishing it before the year's over. I mean, that's just a fantastic game so far. So, yeah, about three games on the go, and then these other two games I've been playing at home, and we'll see if I get any of them done here soon.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Well, um, those are some really long and epic games that you picked out there, so I can understand why they took some time. And, I always bring stuff on vacation too, and most of the time, you just go too much to even sit down and even play it, or even in the bedroom at night when you're just chilling at night. It's like, you still got to pack, worry about stuff, plan the details for tomorrow. So I understand that for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy because you think like, oh, I'll have time to play, and then you get home and you're like dead tired, or I had to work remotely, so I had to do my job for a few hours, or like you said, you got to plan for the next day or wake up early, you know, and all that stuff. It's like, all right, I guess I'm only playing while I'm flying, so that's I try to do it as much as I could.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The only time that I ever really feel like I can actually play a video game on vacation is when we're just there for like a rest vacation. But those are like few and far between. And
Yep.
if I say the word, you'll get mad at me. So I can't say the word today.
It's a banned word on this episode.
It's his trigger. But before I go over to what I'm playing, let's just give a shout out to Mr. Frankador's Games. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hope you're having a good night, and thank you for stopping by. Alrighty then. As for me, I've only been playing really just a few games. I beat Ninja Gaiden 4 just recently, and that game reminded me, no pun intended or anything here, but it reminded me a lot of Devil May Cry 4. As in, you weren't playing as like the main guy of the story. You were playing as a new character. Yakumo is his name, and everything else like that. And I thoroughly enjoyed the gameplay a lot. It was a pretty awesome power fantasy, to say the least. Um, I really did love the combo systems and everything else that they implemented into the game. Plus, on top of that, too, I was playing on a Series X, and I did not see any frame rate issues at all. This game ran a smooth 60 without any frame issues or drops, so it's a very well optimized game. Um,
That's cool.
yeah, and let me tell you something. This game like will throw a bunch of shit at you sometimes. I was dodging, parrying, blocking. I was doing everything. I was doing the dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge technique all over this game. And it's just great. It's just a fun game that I needed to play for sure because I've been playing a lot of like longer games like Assassin's Creed. I've been playing JRPGs. I started up a couple other JRPGs, which I'll talk about later. But it's just I needed a nice little old school power fantasy of just hacking and slashing, and I was just having fun. Like I just love the glory kills, I guess you could say, that were in this game, where it's just slicing dudes up and cutting them in half, and then just giving them the old like cut off your arms and cut off your head routine. Bloody, gory goodness, and that's just what I loved about it. So, highly recommend for people to check that out. It's on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass and you want to check it out, that's the way to do it. Otherwise, I think it's on sale right now at a couple places because Black Friday is upon us next week. But it's technically Black Friday 2 weeks because the sales just go whenever now. It seems like.
Yeah.
But besides that, started Monster Hunter Stories again because it came to Xbox. So I just wanted to start playing it there. I found out it does not have quick resume, which I think is weird because usually they have quick resume on everything. So if you're planning on checking that out on Xbox, just be aware of that. There's no quick resume on Xbox. After that, I've also started continuing my path of Mythology Retold. This time I'm doing the Rise of the Titans expansion, which I haven't played since I was a kid, and I kind of forgot that you actually play as the bad guys during this campaign run, which I find it very cool because you don't really have too many games where you actually play as the evil people, at least right away. So I've been playing that one mostly to try to keep up on my Game Pass Ultimate Rewards point streak. Because you only need to play about like half an hour a day on both console and PC combined, not separately, but combined, to get your point streak up and going. And the reason why I like this so much more is because I'm trying to save up for like $100 gift card, and I'm basically getting like a percentage point a day off of doing that. So that's pretty cool.
How many points is a $100 gift card?
I didn't double check. I just look at the percentage, and I every day I'm going up by like 1%. So like I'm
Nice.
like averaging close to like about 150, 200 points a day.
Okay.
Yeah, so something like that. Um, and then my last one game that I've been playing is Recore, the original Xbox One launch title from our good friend Keiji Inafune. You know what? I will say this. On the Series X, it does have a 60 FPS patch with a frame rate boost. And so far, I'm really liking this game a lot more than I thought I was. It's got a lot of verticality that I did not expect. So, like, I'm doing a bunch of like platforming, and it plays pretty damn well. Is it amazing? I wouldn't say that it's amazing at all. It's fun so far. It's good. I'm having fun with it, but we'll see how long that lasts. And that's basically all that I've been playing this week. And before we go on to the next one, we got a couple other people. We got Mr. Ando showing up saying, "Yo, what up, buddy? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good week." And then we got a friend from up north, Mr. Pop Culture Mechanic, saying, "Guten Tag, Karl und AC. Guten Tag to you, Efroy." And then, of course, Frank says, Carl's evil. A lot of people think I'm evil. It totally fits in. So that's all I have to say for my video games that I've been playing. So I'm going to move on to the next segment, unless you got some final thoughts that you'd like to add, Mr. AC.
uh, no, I'm good. I'm ready to get into all these articles and stuff we're getting into,
Well,
or
first,
later on, I should say.
yeah, first I got the one thing I would like to remind people of. I'm going to start doing this after we talk about the games we're playing, and I'm going to share here video games that came out this week. All right. So everyone, just out there, if you are wondering what video games may have come out this week or about to come out, I want to try to include this as a weekly segment so people know what is coming out, maybe forgot, maybe you're excited about, so on and so forth. First, we got Force Strike coming to Switch and PC, and it came out November 17th, so earlier this week. Indica got its Switch release on November 17th as well. And Sheep Herds came to PC on November 17th as well. I have no idea what this game is, so if anyone's interested in it, there you go, Sheep Herds. Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive came out to PC as well on November 17th. The Berlin Apartment came out November 17th as well to PlayStation 5, Xbox consoles, and PC. Marvel's Deadpool VR came out November 18th for Quest 3. Morsels came to PS5 and both Xbox console, Switch, and PC on November 18th. News Tower came to PC on November 18th. Resident Evil Survival Unit came to iOS and Android on November 18th. I have no idea what this game is. Do you know anything about this, AC?
No, I mean it says it's a mobile game, so I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I have not heard about this.
Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't hear any stink about it online, and usually Resident Evil fans know what they're talking about.
Really? I didn't know about that. That's a joke, right?
Yeah. All right, next up we got SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide that came to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch 2 PC. That came out November 18th. I heard this game actually was pretty fun from the few people I know that played it.
Yeah, there's a lot of my Twitter feed and YouTube feed's been full of people clipping the game and just having a blast with it. So I guess it is gaining some popularity with people. It must be a pretty fun SpongeBob game.
Yeah, that's good to hear at least. You know, they should have released this around like in October because it has like a spookier theme to it. So I think it was a whiff there. All right, next up we got Squirrel with a Gun getting its Switch 2 port on November 18th. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition came to both Switch and Switch 2 on November 18th.
That's interesting because I didn't think the game could run on the Switch. It must be like severely downgraded then, because this was actually no, I take that back. It was a 360 title, and then
Yeah.
they brought it to Xbox One. So
Yep.
it probably, I would have to look up a video. I'm kind of curious how bad the shaders look or the graphics look for it on the Switch, because if it does get a physical Switch 2 release, I definitely would like to pick it up. But this is one of the games I picked up while I was in the States. Was the 3 Tomb Raider games for Xbox. And it was funny because I was looking for the Xbox One version. I'm like, why can't I find it? And it's like the title of it's like Definitive Edition, because the original one was released on 360. I'm like, oh, that's why. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
That one is weird. I always have a problem with it because I'm like, which one do you start with? Sometimes I always forget.
Yeah.
I'm like, which one do you start with? Also, we got Ando says, if you're looking for a short game platformer, beat that SpongeBob Titans of the Tide game in 6 hours and was honestly a good time. Good to see the developer improve with each game. So that's good to hear.
That's awesome.
We have someone that actually firsthand played it. That's great, Ando. Thank you for letting me know that.
I've always wanted to play the SpongeBob games because I've heard they're pretty fun 3D platformers. I haven't had a chance to get around to them.
That's like with everything. I know everyone loved Battle for Bikini Bottom, but I never played Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'm trying to say Cabrini Green, I think. I don't know why. All right, next up we got Demon School, which came out on the PlayStation 5, both Xboxes, PS4, Switch, and PC, November 19th, 2005. Now, this game I'm actually very interested in playing because it's like a tactical RPG as well. A few people in my other Discords have been hyping this game up, and I was looking at video footage of it. and it looks pretty cool. So I know it's on sale right now as a launch special for like $22. So if anyone's interested in checking that out, look this up, Demon School. Maybe we'll just look up a trailer to show it off later as well. Next up, Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault for early access came to PC on November 19th. WWE 2K25 came to iOS and Android on November 19th as well. Clover Pit came to the Xbox consoles November 20th. I've never heard of this one. It looks like a gambling game. Next up, one of my big favorites right here, Dave the Diver finally gets its Xbox release, and that came out November 20th. Islands New Shores came to iOS and Android on November 20th. Kirby Air Riders came to Switch 2 November 20th. Now, are you excited about this game? I don't know if I asked this.
I actually don't have an interest in it, shockingly. I'll be honest, my final Nintendo game for this year is Prime 4, so I didn't really care to like try to pre-order Kirby Air Riders or play it. So I'll probably pick it up on the back end. I just don't have an interest in playing this game right now. I know that it looks pretty cool. It looks like a lot of fun, but I don't know. I just like normal Kirby games. Like, and I'm not giving this a knock, but it's just not a high priority for me. It is fun seeing the memes, though. I've been enjoying all the memes, everybody going nuts over Rick being in the game, and like the latest memes is the custom carts or custom warp stars you can create, which I didn't know that was a feature because I didn't watch the last. They must have announced it in the last direct that they did for it, but yeah, they've been pretty hilarious, and then I guess Nintendo's going around like knocking down people's designs, which is even funnier. So.
I thought it was funny. I was seeing people make like the GameCube to ride on, the Rotom Dex from Pokemon, Patrick Star with like a thong and stuff.
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
I'm just like I underestimated some of your game here, folks.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like they've been having fun. I also wasn't this one I think better rated than the GameCube one?
Oh, I would have to look it up while you continue then.
Yeah,
I'll look it up then.
We'll definitely look that up. But first, I want to give a couple more shout-outs. Mr. JM, the Elite Fan, saying, "Hail, gentlemen. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night." And we got Dirk Ryan 04 saying, "Moo, moo, moo to you, sir." I think that might be someone we know. If not, hey, welcome. All right, next up, we have Monsters Are Coming, Rockin' Road. That came out November 20th. Prologue Go Way Back, early access, came to PC. I have no idea what this is at all. In fact, this sounds like a fake game. Retrace the Light came to PC November 20th. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl came to PlayStation 5 on November 20th. Total Chaos came to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and S, and PC on November 20th. Now, we're going to show a trailer for this game later on, but fun fact about this Total Chaos, this game actually started out as a Doom mod, believe it or not. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I was looking into this game a little bit more. So that's what this game started originally as a Doom mod, and kind of future spoiler alert later in the show, we do have an actual trailer to watch of it too, so you can see it.
That's dope.
All right, you were gonna say something?
No, I'll say that's pretty dope because I remember DayZ was a mod off of Arma 3, I think, or one of the Arma games. Like originally it was a mod, but then they turned into its own game. So it's kind of cool when like stuff like that happens.
Okay, and what was the score? Was higher on Switch, you said?
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now. Kirby Air Riders with the S plural is 79, but Kirby Air Ride, which is on the GameCube, is only 61.
Alrighty then, there you go. The sequel is better than the original, folks.
It's the exception and not the rule.
All right, we got only 4 games to cover real quick, and then we'll get right to it. Bleach Souls Resonance comes to iOS and Android today. One Piece Pirate Warriors for the PS5 series consoles and Switch 2 came out today. Silent Hill 2 finally got onto the Microsoft consoles of the X and S today as well. And Terrifier, the arcade game, comes to PlayStation 5 and PC today. And that is all your video games that came out this week for your news segment for today. Alrighty then. So, I'm going to get over today's weekly pickups. AC said that his camera's not really working today, so I'm just going to show off mine. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 things I picked up this week. And we're going to get right down to it real quick here. Make myself bigger. Alright. So, the first game I picked up this week is a Switch 2 title, and that is Hades 2. This is the 1.0 release. It's not the early access version. That's why it wasn't on the little list there. But yeah, I like the first Hades game. Picked this up. The game is all on the cart. And I thought it was pretty cool because it comes with a little handy dandy little art book that shows you all the little character designs and stuff. So, first game I picked up there. Next game I picked up, found this out used when I was out retro shopping, but I figured it was nice to kind of add. It was only $20, so why not add it to my collection? But the Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered Edition for the PS5 version. So, figured I want to add this to my collection, maybe check it out, play it next year. We'll see. I didn't hate the first Horizon as much as I didn't like the second one, so.
I'm still waiting to play the second one. Now that I have this PS5, I want to find a cheap copy for it.
Well, they're on sale right now for Black Friday. I know that.
Yep.
Next up, speaking of another PS5 game, whose original game I hated, but everyone keeps telling me to play this game, so I will add it to the pile that I probably will never play, but I own. That is the Game of Year contender, Mr. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I found this one pretty cheap used, and honestly, I could have just waited a week and probably got it new for the same price. Couple other cheap games I picked up. This was on sale. Need for Speed Unbound. I heard this one is not that good. So, but it was only $10, so I picked that up. Next up, this game I'm actually very interested in playing, and I got it a little bit of a discount from a pre-Black Friday sale. But Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So this one I was very interested in playing. I've heard kind of mixed things about it. Some people say it's got some technical issues, but everyone says that the game still maintains its like core fun gameplay mechanics, and it's actually very beautiful, they said.
Yeah, I'm not playing this one. I'm playing the original one, and I like the original one a lot. Like, it's a very unique game. It's a very different game of its time. And then when this was coming out, seeing all the trailers and stuff, and like how it's impressive how far we've come with like graphics and visuals and stuff. And I'm very curious to play this game like after I beat the original one. So I'm wondering because one of the issues I have with the original one are I would say is the controls. Especially like because the original one was made for PlayStation 2, and then now you can play it on like all the consoles.
Right.
So sometimes the controls, like when you're looking up guides on how to use like do certain moves and stuff, it's a bit confusing. So I'm curious if this game they made it a bit easier as far as like the control setup is a bit easier to understand, because that's what I'm fighting with the controller more than I am with like the enemies in this game.
Yeah, fair enough. I haven't heard any problems with the controls from anyone from what I've been listening to, but so far, yeah, I heard this game's actually pretty good. Next up, this is your favorite game of all time, buddy. So, GameStop did a restock of their exclusive edition to their store, so I was able to pick up this copy right now. And I got Expedition 33, the Lumiere edition. And basically it comes with like art cards, a little notebook, and the steelbook. I wanted to get this edition when it first came out because they were reselling this for like $200-$300 sometimes. It was insane.
That's wild.
I know. So I'm happy that this game kind of picked up popularity, and they reprinted it to fuck over the scalpers. They also are doing another steelbook edition, which I'm picking up, which is exclusive to Amazon that comes out next month on December 10th. But overall, it's pretty cool. I'm going to do a more unboxing video later because I also have the collector's edition coming next year early. So I can't wait to show that off. And then finally, my last pickup for the week. I've been trying to collect more art books. This one went on sale relatively recently. And I think I know one of our friends here in the chat is going to really like this if he's still here. But I got the Akira Toriyama Dragon Quest illustrations. And I got this very nice little art book of all the Dragon Quest, all of Akira Toriyama's original art and his designs, where he works, like, you know, what concept ideas he was working on.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. And it covers all different Dragon Quest eras, all the spin-off games and everything else you can see. So, thought this was pretty cool. Wanted to add this to my collection because I have the Fire Emblem one, and I've been trying to collect some of these artwork books and everything else like that. So this one, I think Pop Culture, yeah, you're the one that like showed me this one. Yeah, because he's like, hey, I know that book. I was going to ask you. I was like, I thought you're the one that actually had that. So I got that inspired by you, and then it popped up for like, I think $17. And I was like, well, that's too good of a deal to pass up. And then we got Mr. October Mike joining us. What up, buddy? Says, rest in peace, Master Toriyama. And then he says, been here since the beginning, but just occupied in a few projects at the moment. Hey, no problem, buddy. I hope we're entertaining you. It's always good to see you, buddy. It's happy to see that you're stopping by more. It's wonderful. But yeah, that should do it for my collection pickups for this week. Now, let's get into some other business here. All right. The first thing I wanted to start off with, let me see here, is some video game news. Right now, if you have a Steam account, Warhammer Vermintide 2 is free to own until November 23rd. So if you can go out there and add this to your library, it's completely free. Highly recommend you go do that right now. And it's a fun, very fun co-op game. And, you know, look, it's a free game. How can you say no to free, right? AC, have you played this game at all?
Yes, so actually, one of my friends that I met out here, he was part of development of this game towards the end of it. So
No kidding.
he worked at Fat Shark. That's the company, the developer. And so I bought it when it was like super steep sale, just to like let him, like, just to try it out for his sake.
Yeah.
And it's not my type of game, but it is an interesting game. Like you said, it's a co-op, like horde survival type of game. And yeah, one of my other buddies out here, he was like really into this game and talking about like the strats and stuff, and how like back in the day you could use this like moves or weapon set, and it was like really broken, and then they like patched it and they kind of ruined it. So
oh, boo.
yeah, but he was teasing our dev friend about it. He's like, why'd you take away the best thing about it? So anyways, I played it. It was interesting. Just it's not my type of game.
All right. But for anyone else out there who's interested in trying this game out, there you go. Add it to your library. It's free. I'm not signed in on this account. It's just directly on the website. So check that out. Next up, where is this at here? So in other physical collecting news, Marvel Invasion is going to be getting a physical copy. And the physical copy will be for everything. Xbox, PlayStation, and of course Switch 1 and Switch 2. This is from Game Sutra. So this will also be kind of talking about like other things right now. You can pre-order the standard edition and the deluxe edition for $39.99 for Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation 5, or $49.99 if you want it for the Switch 2. The full game is on the cart if you're wondering. It is not a game key card. And the deluxe edition will be $59.99 or $69.99 for the Switch 2 copy of it. And it comes with a steelbook, the deluxe edition, with some premium art cards and a poster, if you're wondering what it all comes with, plus some stickers.
That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I am too. It just got announced that it's coming to Game Pass as well on not October, December 4th. So I can't wait to check that out on launch day. Pretty cool game. Uh, yeah, Anda says right here, Switch 2 tax, baby. Yeah, you're not kidding. But yeah, I wanted to let everyone know because this was kind of just announced relatively recently. And I think I got to pick this up for obviously the Steelbook because I am a Steelbook slut. So I don't know what to pick it up on. I might pick it up twice once it gets to a small discount, but I'll probably pick it up day one for the Xbox just to try to keep the support alive for the physical Xbox homies like myself. AC, do you have any? You said you're excited to play this game. What about this game interests you?
If I'm correct, it was done by the same people that did the TMNT game that
Yeah.
came out a couple years ago now. And our friend Mr. Frank there really liked that game, and he did good. I think he did a pretty good video on it as well. But for me, I really loved that TMNT game. I didn't buy the I guess it was like a season pass or whatever that came out later on. I just bought the base game and had a lot of fun with it. I liked the art style of it, and the music was fantastic, and the feel of the game just felt great. So I haven't played the demo for this game yet. I probably should, but when they first showed this off last year, I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool because you're playing as like your favorite like Marvel characters and that same type of like engine that TMNT game was in. So that's what has me really intrigued.
Yeah, I just like these beat 'em up games. We gotta sit down and try to work out a time to play it. Also, probably try to rope Seth into it because I'm pretty sure Seth was really excited about this game as
Yeah.
well. So, yeah, but besides that, not really too much else to say. But if you're a physical collector like me and you're interested in all this other stuff, and you were hoping this would get a physical release, it comes out December 4th. So definitely check that out as well. All right, next story that we got up here is GameStop is apparently doing a trade in anything day. And basically on December 6th over here in the United States, basically it's not that great of a promotion, sounds like. Customers will be limited to trading in one item for this promotion. So it sounds like you basically only are going to get like to bring in one piece of crap, and they'll give you $5 for your piece of crap. So wasn't looking like it was going to be that amazing. Other things that items traded towards this promotion are not applicable to local trade hold restrictions. Items that can normally be taken in as part of a trade must be traded normally. Blah blah blah. Science, science, science. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Basically, if you got something to trade in, they'll probably just only give you like $5 for it and just be like, have fun. And the stuff that can be kept will be kept. Other stuff will be donated or probably thrown away. It's basically just like trying to get you in the store to spend money, and they're going to give you like a $5 gift card to do so. Uh, basically, yeah. Frank saying anything. Certain restrictions apply to. It says like all the stuff what in here is what you're excluded: hazardous waste or materials, chemicals, liquids, lithium-ion batteries, or items containing lithium-ion ion batteries, weapons and ammo, which I think is hilarious. Dead or alive animals. Taxidermy items are valid for trade, so you can bring in your taxidermy squirrel if you want. Alcohol, tobacco, drugs, or pharmaceuticals, legal or not. Computers such as desktop, laptop, notebooks, all-in-one minis, workstations, e-readers, tablets, thin clients, smart displays, virtual reality headsets with built-in processors, interactive flat panel displays with built-in processors, excluding MacBooks. GameStop normally accepts in trade, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if you have a taxidermy animal, you can bring that actually in for $5 if you really want it.
I can't wait to see the memes for that.
There's probably gonna be some wild shit in here. And Ando says trade in your full price item for $3.23 in store value. Exactly. Bring in my big treadmill just to get rid of it. There you go. We're gonna traumatize some of these workers. I already know it. You just know it's gonna happen. But I wanted to leave that one a little bit there because over here in the States we got GameStop, and that's what their offer is. I don't know if this is going on in Canada. I don't think so. but that's just what I wanted to bring to the table here. Next up, we got some more sad news, unfortunately, from the Avalanche studio that was making the Contraband game for Microsoft. Update, as we are announced earlier this fall, we initiated a collaborative consultative process regarding the proposed closure of our Liverpool studio. We can now confirm that this process has concluded, that the studio has closed, and that we have parted ways with 31 people. So the Liverpool studio has closed down for Avalanche Studios, and 31 people have been laid off. So hopefully they find really good employment really quickly, and they get off their, let me rephrase that. They land on their feet, and they're able to get running right away. So, yeah, Mike says over here, let the chaos begin with the GameStop stuff. AC, you got any comments you'd like to add to the Avalanche studio closing?
Was this a relatively new studio, or have they been around for a while and they published or developed a game?
This team has been around for a while. There's like, I think there's 2 Avalanche studios. So this is, I think, the team that made the Conan the Barbarian and Mad Max game.
Okay.
And then the other one is the one that made Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's 2 Avalanche studios, but this one, they were in the process of making a Contraband for Microsoft, and then after years of nothing to show for it, Microsoft canceled the game, and it sounds like that studio went with it. So, unfortunate, but as we always say, these things are bound to happen.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we'll start talking about one of our first main news topics here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here it is. The Golden Joystick Awards happened this Wednesday? I want to say Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday. One of those 2 days. I can't remember. But over here, we got a list of all the things that won, what games, so on and so forth. And I think this year they announced, too, that this was a record-breaking year in terms of voter participation. Over 21 million people voted in this awards. And just to let everyone know, the Golden Joystick is mostly fan-driven. So this is probably what you're going to see as like the most comprehensive early look at fan voting. And I do believe this was also based out of the UK as well. So before we get in, Frank says, Microsoft shutting down a studio. Now who could have seen that coming?
Exactly.
Well, when you have 6 years to make a game and apparently you're not making a game, eventually you lose your job. That's the sad truth about it. But let's go over here for the first winners, too. Best audio design went to Ghost of Yotei. Best early access game went to Repo. Best game adaptation went to Arcane Season 2. Best game expansion went to Lies of P Overture. Best game trailer went to Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2, which I think that's very funny that they actually have a best game trailer award here.
Yeah. Specifically trailer 2, so that would have been trailer 2 would have been the one that shows all the action and stuff that's happening, versus like trailer 1 was kind of like the announcement trailer.
Song? Yeah, it was
the
Tom Petty song. But I also this one makes me laugh. Best gaming hardware went to AMD Ryzen 9 9950X3D. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Do you?
That might be the processor, the AMD Ryzen 9. I need to look that up actually. What's that? I can't read that. 90. What's the long number?
9950X3D.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to make this better when I do these screen shares. Tease one day. Next up, we got Best Indie Game, which was Blueprints. Best Indie Game Self-Published, Hollow Knight Silksong. Best Lead Performer, Jennifer English. Now, this one got a little bit of people annoyed online. Did you see the video of her acceptance speech?
No, I did not.
So, apparently, Jennifer English, she is a lesbian. and she started going on this like weird thing talking about like queer joy and everything else when she accepted her
Oh
award.
my word.
And I was like seeing people go online and like, ah, this is so stupid. Why would they do this? And I'm just like, it's an award show. It's like cringy speeches are part of it, you know?
Yep. They
I
everyone laughs when Hollywood does it. How's it any different when the game industry does it? Because the game industry is they've got a lot of Hollywood type people
Mhm.
inside it, so there's no escaping it.
Frank over here says English people can be gay. Incredibly. Some would say flaming. Best multiplayer game went to Peak. Now this one doesn't shock me at all. Did you look into Peak at all?
Man, I miss the hype for this because you know me living in a different country. It's hard for me to align my time zone to play multiplayer games with people, but I'm not surprised because the hype around this was insane for
Yeah,
Peak. I really wish I could have played this game with people. By the way, speaking of people, I think you were just raided by somebody.
I've been rated.
Yeah, did you get the notification?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it looks like I saw at the top of the chat that Paul came with his viewers.
Oh, Paul. Well, thank you for stopping by, Paul, if you're still there. I did not get a notification. Yeah, for some reason, this does not like to pick up people's stopping by, but there he is. Hadouken Raid. Hey, Paul. Welcome. How was your stream, buddy? But yeah, Ando says over here, wouldn't be an award show without cringy speeches or overly we are making a difference ones. That is very true. Everyone has to do one.
Yeah. Speaking of the AMD Ryzen, that is a CPU.
It's a CPU. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know how much is it by any chance
Oh.
here.
Uh.
I know I fucked up and should have told you before.
Oh. It's 669. Nice.
Nice, very nice. That's a fucking expensive one. I'll have to look into it. I'll have to ask people in a Discord if that's good or not. Apparently it is, according to the Golden Joysticks over here. Next up, we got Best Remake and Remaster, and that went to Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. And then pretty much we're going to start getting to real chalky territory over here. Best Soundtrack went to Claire Obscura Expedition 33, as well as Best Storytelling. Best Supporting Performer went to Ben Starr. Now, I do agree with this one here. He was very awesome as Verso. So I do have to agree with that. Ben Starr's been really making a name for himself as in the voice acting circles as of late.
Yes.
And that's kind of good. We need to break up the Troy Bakers and the Laura Baileys. We need to kind of add some more fresh talent there. So good on him for doing that. Best Visual Design went to Claire Obscura Expedition 33. The Breakthrough Award went to Schedule 1. Now, Paul and the boys definitely played that game too. So I know that they really did enjoy that game as well. And, of course, we got Mr. Nerd Takes joining us as well, saying, what up, everyone? What up, buddy? Hope you're having a good day. Next up, Console Game of the Year went to Ghost of Yotei, and I know a lot of people had a freak out about that one, which I thought was kind of funny.
What I'm kind of curious, like what the criteria is for that, because I'm guessing because it's only a console game, so then why, like, I'm not trying to throw stones, but like why not like Donkey Kong Bonanza, for example? You know, like that was a console only game.
Yeah.
So that it's just I don't understand. I would have to look up the criteria for that.
Right, because next up we got Critics' Choice, which went to Donkey Kong Bonanza, speaking of. Most Wanted Game, GTA 6. And then we had PC Game of the Year went to Hollow Knight Silksong. Which, like I said, this is all voted on by the fans. So we can look at some of the criteria. I think they got the nominees below, so we can look into a couple of these when we're done. Still playing mobile game went to Pokemon Go. Still playing PC and console game went to Minecraft. Streamer's Choice went to Peak. Studio of the Year went to Sandfall Interactive Studios. And the Ultimate Game of the Year went to Expedition 33. And that is all of your winners from the Golden Joystick Awards. Link, I believe I put down in the comments of this, in the description of this video if you want to look at this, as well as other articles and videos that we have in here as well. So you said which one did you want to look at? The console game of the year?
Yeah, console game of the year.
Let's see if I can see what the nominations are here. Console game of the year.
You could just do Control F and then type out console game and see if it pops up.
Buddy, you know I'm a
Oh, I
Luddite.
see. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right here. So your nominees for console game of the year were Donkey Kong Bonanza, Monster Hunter Wild, Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding 2, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Mario Kart World. Those were your options.
All right, so Ghost Yote, Mario Kart, and DK were only on console, but
Mhm.
Monster Hunter was definitely on PC, and then Sonic Racing was also on PC. But was Death Stranding 2 also on PC? Was that moved?
No,
So that was a console only. So that's
console. Yeah.
weird. What is their criteria then for a console game?
I don't know. I think it just has to be like a popular game that's also on console.
Yeah. Okay.
Because when we got like PC game too, it's like on console, not on console. This one is on console, and Dune Awakening isn't on console too.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. The smooth brain normies have answered.
Yes. Carl, please tell me you know what Control F is. No, I don't. I am a Luddite. I am I am just above a boomer, okay? I fully admit it. I look at how long it took me to finally get a show to look actually somewhat professional instead of that bootleg bullshit I was doing before. All right, give me some breaks. I'm learning. All right, I've only been streaming for 1 year. Damn it, give me a break. All right, but that is the Golden Joystick in a nutshell. Let me know down in the comments out there which ones you agree with. Is there any more that you were hoping will got a different award or anything like that? So on and so forth. Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. All right, so next up, we got something completely different. Coming our way to an IGN article over here. ArenaNet reveals Guild Wars Reforged, a new refresh of the classic MMORPG. So, with Guild Wars basically getting its 20th anniversary this year as well, they are going to basically remake the Guild Wars RPG, one of the classic MMOs of our time. If you're interested in that, the link to the full article is linked down below, so you can read that yourself. AC, did you ever play Guild Wars 2?
No, I've heard of it because I've heard of the name. I don't remember where or when, but I've definitely heard of Guild Wars.
Yeah, I heard about it too, but yeah, I've never. I think I played a little bit of it because my friend had it on PC, but it's when I realized I fucking hate MMOs. So that's all I have to say about this one. And if you're interested, definitely check that out. Next up, we got some more video game sales data for the United States for the month of October. Year on year, total spending increased by 3%. Video game content spending grew by 1%. Hardware sales increased year over year by 36%, fueled by Switch 2. Switch 2 sold 328,000 units, 68% ahead of the pace of the original Switch, and 3% ahead of the PS4. Battlefield 6 was the number one selling game, followed by Pokemon Legends ZA and Ghost of Yote. The Outer Worlds 2 debuted at number 7 for the month of October, which is actually pretty good, considering that it's also on Game Pass, so that's nice to see. Battlefield 6 is already the best-selling game of the year. Ghost of Yote is now in the top 10 best-selling games of the year. PS5 console sales are down 22% year over year, as well as Microsoft Series consoles are down 37% year over year, versus the Switch original is down 52%. None of that really is shocking, to be honest with you. Battlefield 6 had the highest dollar sales total of any game in the last 3 years. First month sales have already surpassed the lifetime total of the previous record holder, Battlefield 1. And subscription spending went up 9% year over year. And also, to clarify some more stuff out here too, Pokemon Legends ZA ranked second overall during October and was the month's best-selling game on Nintendo's platform. It launched as 2025's best-selling physical game year to date. So there you go, right there. Is that Pokemon ZA is already the best-selling physical game of the year for people who are wondering. And we got Tyler Shelton joining us saying, "What up, fellas? It's good to see you, buddy. I think I know which Tyler that is. Welcome. Hope you're having a good night, buddy." So, AC, what do you take about all that data that I just dropped on you?
I think it's pretty cool to see that Battlefield 6 is just dominating right now, because I know that prior to it coming out, people were really nervous if this Battlefield game was going to be a return to form and kind of set itself apart from Call of Duty, because Call of Duty has just gotten a bit ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember playing the beta for Battlefield 6 and really loving it, even though like there was some issues because it's a beta, but the core gameplay was just a lot of fun, and I was looking forward to getting back into it and playing it. And I haven't had the time. I haven't even bought it yet. So it's good to, because I've heard like no negative things about it. And in the groups that we run in, specific people would definitely be talking a lot of crap about it if it was really, really bad. But it sounds like it's doing, if there's no news, it's good news, I guess, in this situation, other than the sales right here, which is really impressive that it made all this, it sold all these units. I mean, that's pretty cool that I mean, I guess it's a return to form. Now, I did hear that there is a battle royale mode coming out. So
it's already out.
Oh, it's already out. That's right. Yeah, I'm behind. I'm like a month behind now.
No, I understand.
So I'm kind of curious how that will do. As far as the Pokemon ZA, I'm really out of the loop. I've only been told by our good friend Frank that the game is terrible. I watched his 2 videos on it, and I decided I'm not going to buy the game now. So, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I mean, I guess I haven't heard too many issues with this game. Then again, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention towards it. And then the other one that's really interesting is the Switch 2 sales, because everybody was like, screaming the sky is falling that
it's
the
a
Switch
flop. It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like it's still maintaining really good pace, so people are going out there and buying it. I mean, our good buddy Mr. Boomer Brian Raporial bought one just the other day. So, and he was going to wait until I think later, but he couldn't resist, considering that one of his two of his like many Nintendo franchise games have released this year. DK, and then Metroid is only 2 weeks away. So, anyways, it's cool to see that data being shared, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and for people who are wondering about more data, I got more data to share. So, October 2025 US top 20 best-selling games physically and full digital, with current data that are provided by all platform holders except for some certain people, like Nintendo and everything doesn't give full access. But these are the periods from October 5th to November 1st. Ranking number 1, Battlefield. Ranking number 2, Pokemon and Yote. All these we talked about for Yote actually going up a spot. Coming at rank number 4, NBA 2K26, EA Sports Football Club, Madden 2026, The Outer Worlds 2, Little Nightmares 3, Digimon Time Stories, which I actually just picked up today from the Black Friday sales. I know our friends Lethal and everyone who basically says Pokemon sucks picked this game up instead, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. AC, are you interested in this one?
No, I don't care for Digimon at all.
You're not into the fur bait. Got it.
Yeah, more or less.
Next up, we got Borderlands 4, which was dethroned from September's best-selling to October's 10th best-selling game. Making the list, Ninja Gaiden 4, which I actually am interested to see, too. It's always good to see that as well. EA Sports College Football coming in on that list as well, followed by Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 from Nintendo. Now, I'm actually surprised that this made that list, to be honest with you, because I was told by a lot of people that no one would buy this. So,
here we are. People are buying it if it's on this list.
Yeah, they're buying it a lot, and I think this is only physical sales too. So, We don't have the digital data for Nintendo, so if it made number 13 physically, I wonder how well it's selling digitally, because that's crazy.
And what's also crazy is this game is not a timed release like the 3D All Stars was. So this game is going to be there forever. So people, in theory, people should not be in any rush to go and buy this game, but people are still going out and buying this game.
Yeah, because, well, it's also Nintendo. Those games rarely go on a decent sale, you know?
Yep, exactly.
So people are just like, fuck it, I'll just buy it. Who cares, you know? Following up the closer of this, closing down on this list, Final Fantasy Tactics on this list as well as Sonic Cross Worlds, Silent Hill F, Minecraft, Helldivers 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2. It is still insane that these games are still somehow in the top 20. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, especially Grand Theft Auto 5 being the oldest game on this list.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, Minecraft.
Oh, but it says physical, so
This one is physical and digital because this is on PlayStation, PC, and Xbox.
but it says that asterisk says digital sales are not included for marked titles, and Minecraft is marked, right?
Yeah, for Nintendo platforms.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because if people are buying the physical, like the Xbox version or PlayStation, or even the Vita version, because I have that one, I don't even know if Switch has a physical Minecraft version. But anyways, that it is. I mean, I'm not surprised it's on the list, but yeah, like you're right, it is older than. It's technically older than Grand Theft Auto 5.
360 and a PS3 game.
Yep.
So it's Grand Theft Auto 5, but technically.
I was gonna say, the normies are really showing up in force if they've got Ghost of Yote surpassing 3 sports games on that list.
Yeah, but I think this is I think it's only for the month of like that specific month.
Right.
So like I don't know how long Yote is going to last on here too, to be honest with you. Next up, we got the year data so far of best-selling games of the year, and no shocker here: Battlefield 6, NBA 2K, Monster Hunter Wilds, Borderlands 4, College Football, Oblivion Remaster, Black Ops 6, NFL 26 or Madden 26, MLB The Show 25, Ghost of Yote, which is the 10th best-selling game of the year right now, Elden Ring Night Rain, EA Sports Football Club, WWE 2K, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, this one is actually really cool to see up here, and you can understand why it got a Game of the Year nomination now when you look at this list, because it sold incredibly well for a game that kind of, I think a lot of people did not really expect to either get nominated or realize that it sold like 4 million copies.
Yeah, sequel nonetheless too.
Especially, well, the first game was like a cult classic, but this one I heard takes it to new levels. Next up, we got Forza Horizon 5, Minecraft, Split Fiction, which everyone should play because this game's great. EA Sports MVP Bundle, NBA 2K25, which is kind of funny because we got 2 NBA 2K games on this list. And then Helldivers 2 will round out your top 20. So that is your total list of the best-selling games of 2025. Mr. AC, do you have anything you'd like to add to this top 20 list?
Not really. I mean, shocker that sports games are doing well. You know, that just goes to the normies, the normie audience, the strength of the normie audience.
Yeah.
Again, it's just really cool or impressive, I should say, to see Battlefield 6 at the top. If I were Microsoft right now, I'd be sweating considering that I'm a bit behind, but it sounds like Black Ops 7 is not doing too well. So I mean, whatever EA finally, decided to do correctly with Battlefield seems to be working. So hopefully they stick with that formula.
Hopefully, obviously, we'll know next month because these datas also exclude, obviously, digital sales as well, because Pokemon ZA was the best physical selling game of the year so far. But as you can see, Pokemon ZA is not even in this list here. And we already know for a fact that Pokemon ZA outsold games like that we have data on, like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Ghost of Yotei. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
and it's on 2 consoles too, so we don't know if it's sold more on Switch or Switch 2.
right. I think they were like it was like a 52-48 split, if I recall correctly.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close to like a 50-50 split between Switch 1 and Switch 2. So that is all the sales data that I got for today. Let me just find my next story I want to cover here. All right. Next up, we got a video about Unity and Epic Games. So let's take a listen to this one. It's about a 4-minute clip. So let's hear what they have to say.
To our open cross-platform commerce solution has been really gratifying. And it sparked some extraordinary conversations. None of them were exciting than the one I had over.
This guy looks like Bubbles from the trailer park.
Yeah, but a bit more jacked.
Yeah, a little bit more jacked. He looks like a cross between like the Nazi that's face melted in Indiana Jones and Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
Yes, the priest or whatever. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yes. Let's continue.
For Twitter with Tim Sweeney. But rather than tell you what we talked about, how about we just bring out Tim to tell us more? Please welcome our newest partner, the founder and CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney.
Man, I hate these type of events. They're so corny.
They always are because it's always a bunch of nerds that don't know how to like do anything other than number crunch.
Exactly. I mean, look, his glasses. Hey, the '60s called. They want your glasses back, bro.
It looks like he's about to go murder fucking RoboCop. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
He's about to like insult his son and say I'm going to break his foot off in his ass.
Yeah, you probably didn't expect to see me here. So, you know, at Epic we make this other engine, begins with a U. But we also make the Epic Games Store, which hosts a huge number of awesome Unity games, and we make Epic Online services in Fortnite. You know, recently we got together with Unity and we realized that we all share a common view of the need to support fair and open digital platforms. And one of the big challenges for developers now is the fragmentation of tools and publishing pathways. And just like the early days of the web, we believe that companies need to work together to build open and interoperable systems.
This is the first time I've ever heard Tim Sweeney talk. Is this the first time you ever heard him talk?
Yeah, same. I don't. He sounds like a nervous wreck. Like, I guess it could be a good thing or a bad thing.
I didn't realize he had a lisp.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm learning right now about Tim Sweeney. He has a lisp.
And we're doing this now. So today we're announcing that Unity is going to bring their new in-app purchase SDK to all Unreal Engine developers.
He's like, just get me off the stage, please.
So this means that Unreal Engine devs, like Unity developers, will be able to choose Unity's in-app purchase APIs to handle cross-platform purchases, entitlements, pricing logic, and everything else, and to integrate the API once into their app and then have it work everywhere across all platforms and payment services. And this is really valuable now. You know, mobile platforms are finally opening up to competing stores and competing payment methods. I've heard me opining on this in the past, but it's happening now, and we're grateful for Unity to supporting it. And the ultimate goal is for developers to be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere they want, in mobile app stores, PC stores, on console, and in games that support developer-made content, like Fortnite and other things, which are a big and growing part of gaming. So today we're announcing a really neat collaboration between Unity and Epic that will bring games made with Unity into the Fortnite ecosystem. So,
So I am not a tech expert here, but apparently this is like a huge deal that Unity assets and Unity Store and everything else will be functioning inside of the Fortnite apparatus. Games made in Unity will be able to be played in Fortnite. and apparently they're also doing a bunch of other stuff with like payment processors and stuff like that. AC, do you know much about this subject by any chance?
I know a little bit when it comes to Unity because for my job, I had to mess around with it for some virtual environments that I wanted to create. And yeah, the Unity store has quite a bit inside of it, and the Unity software, like for building a game or building an environment, is pretty. I think it's a bit easier than like Unreal. It's not as like taxing on your system. Um, and like they're talking about like the in-app purchasing SDK. Like SDK is kind of like it's like a plugin, I guess you can say, for software.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's interesting that they're doing this collaboration. I'm gonna have to bookmark this and keep an eye on it because I'm very curious. Like, how will this go into Fortnite? Because Fortnite has the whole like build mode you can do with it, like the open world building and whatnot. It looks like, and I
Yeah.
guess with Unity, it's gonna. It sounds like Fortnite is really trying to compete with Roblox. If this is the push that they're doing with Unity.
Yeah.
Because with Roblox, and I played that game for like 10 plus years, like you literally can build whatever you want as long as you know how to code. But nowadays, Roblox allows you to do a lot of like asset importing. So like Unity has all the assets, and then you just import it into. Well, I don't know if you can do it with Roblox, but it looks like you'll be able to do it with Fortnite. So you can legit make your own games inside Fortnite. I think that's what they're trying to do here.
I take it from a business point of view here. Obviously, Epic Games is trying to expand. They're trying to do more publishing. They're trying to compete in the online marketplace with Steam and other platformers and stuff like that, or launchers and stuff like that. So it does feel like after their lawsuit with Apple and everything else that's been going on, they're trying to kind of like expand and do more like, cross media, cross promotion, stuff like that. We got about a minute left, so let's finish this clip.
So Fortnite is a huge game that hit 100 million monthly active users last holiday. And though it began as a little battle royale game that we built, over time it's evolved into an ecosystem where 40%
That's a
of
lie.
playtime is...
What's a lie?
It was not a battle royale game. It was a horde mode survival game.
Yeah, I know. I think there's actually a physical copy out there of like the original Fortnite.
Yeah, I can't believe I guess he's trying to erase history, But sorry, I just wanted to say that.
is going to third-party content built by independent developers like yourselves. And they're earning hundreds of millions of dollars a year from participating in Fortnite. And now it's going to open up to all Unity games, thanks to some really amazing network technology that Unity built that connects other engines into Unity through a networking protocol to make this work. So starting next year, Unity developers will be able to publish games directly into Fortnite to appear in Fortnite's discovery system alongside games built with Unreal Engine, and to participate in the Fortnite economy as it evolves towards an open metaverse economy connecting all users and all engines. So we're really excited about this, and we're grateful for the partnership with Unity and to be able to work together to build an open and fair future for all gamers. Thank you very much, and thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it with this one. I wanted to bring this up because this means something to people who understand it. For me, I kind of have an idea about it. I am not a tech nerd, but I also see the implications of just, companies working together and trying to expand access and stuff. Like he mentioned the metaverse here as well, but I have nothing about VR and stuff like that. AC, do you want to comment?
I can't really comment on the metaverse because I've never interacted with it. I thought metaverse was kind of a failed project by Zuckerberg. But this, I can clearly tell that they are trying to join forces to compete against Roblox. Like the way that he worded that towards the end, it sounds like a simple elevator pitch of what Roblox is, but it's now going to be done through Unity and Fortnite. I'm very curious to see how this will work. I'm very curious how they're going to regulate it as well. Yeah, it's crazy. Like your buddy Ando has said here, it's crazy how Fortnite has become the everything app. Yeah, that is what it looks like they're trying to turn Fortnite into. And that's their moneymaker. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see that the fallout of all this too.
Well, it's kind of funny because we're hearing a lot of these companies now try to do like these multi-strategy, you know, partnerships and other things like that, kind of expand their like brands into like more than just like a thing. Like, you know, Twitter is talking about doing that stuff with like a payment processor, Gronkopedia and stuff like that, getting into AI. Obviously, we're seeing AI through Microsoft, the Play Anywhere icon, like thing, the ROG Ally, so on and so forth, stuff like that. And like we're even like, I don't know if you listened to one of these shows, you were on vacation, but we talked about how PlayStation now is popping up with a cross-buy option as well, has been discovered through back-end channels and stuff like that to be confirmed as real. And we're seeing things like the PlayStation Portal now basically being a streaming device. If you don't even need to own a PS5 to play PS5 games. And we're hearing like all this other stuff too that's going on in Japan, how like Sony slashing prices to compete with the Japanese market now because the Switch is just eating its lunch out there and everything else. But you live in Japan too. Could you kind of comment more about the PlayStation and Nintendo feud that's going on out there? Because in recent years, it sounds like even though the PlayStation's section has been, you know, still huge, it sounds like Nintendo's just basically taken over.
Well, I can't comment on what's happened the last month because yeah, I wasn't here. But as far as like what's happened the past year has been really interesting. So Switch 2 was announced, and they were kind of like crafty about it, how they didn't announce the price of it. And then we found out later on that the Japanese version, the Japan only version, was much cheaper than the international version. So that console is already the Japanese console. I can't remember the exact price of it. Was I think half the cost of a PS5 out here.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it was like close to half the cost. So already, yeah, they're gonna. I'm not surprised that they were slashing their prices. That them slashing their prices on the PS5. That's the first I've heard about it. Because you know me, I went out and rushed to get a PS5 when I heard they were raising the prices. Because last year September they raised the prices of the PS5.
Well,
And
let me inform you then. So they just basically copied Nintendo's idea. So they made a Japanese only PS5.
oh, they actually did do that? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, I'm glad I got the one I got now because otherwise that'd be a real pain. So
Right.
that's funny. And is it still same specs, like same hard drive space and
It's
everything?
the exact same PS5, just I think $100 cheaper, and only for the Japanese market.
That is hilarious. Okay. Yeah, so that competition is very fierce. Our good friend Pop Culture Mechanic, every Saturday night he does like his anime news show, and part of that is talking about the Japan game sales. And for like the entire year, maybe 2 or 3 years that I've seen his show, Nintendo games just rank at the top majority of the time compared to PlayStation games. So they've definitely been destroying the competition and then software sales. And with the Switch 2, it's definitely going to be hardware sales. I don't even think that price slash is going to help them out. If anything, that price slash is more for the scalpers to fight against the scalpers. So
Yeah. To be honest with you, because I've been reading some of like the culture critics, and they're like absolutely retarded takes that Nintendo and Sony and all the Eastern studios are trying to pull out of West, and I just giggle every time I hear these stupid arguments because, even though Japan and Asia are like crucial to video game development and obviously sales, it's a major region. It's I was looking up the data. It's like the PlayStation 5, 1/3 of all PlayStation 5s are sold in North America.
wow.
So like that's between US and Canada. To put that into
Yeah.
perspective, less than 8 million units have sold all throughout Asia combined.
Okay.
So when I hear people go like, "Oh, because like Square Enix is shutting down some of their Western studios and stuff like that for cost cutting, saving maneuvers." So like people are like going like, "Oh, they're trying to not cater to the West," and the truth is, no, they still want to sell their games in the West. At the end of the day, that's where they get a lot of their money,
Yes.
because America still is like the number one consumer spot in the world. So,
Yeah, that's so stupid to think that like they're gonna cut themselves at the knees. They'll cut them own selves at the knees by like slowly escaping the West or whatever.
mhm,
No, that's just not gonna happen. Like they're a corporation. They need to make money. They want to make a lot of money, and the best place to do it is at least in North America and the United States, because the American is like the perfect consumer.
right.
So
It's. I think it's just like a lot of people also forget. That's just like, look, there's a reason why we still have like the number one economy in the world. It's because people love to buy their stuff. We buy video games. We love video games. Everyone loves video games, but we also have the population density to also match that love of video games as well. But yeah, that covers this Unity topic. Anyone who want to like comment on that, who knows more about this shit than me, please do, because that's just my initial thoughts on it. It just seems like Epic is trying to Epic and get more market share with that. So we got some other PC news since we're talking about PlayStation as well too. We got some PC analytical data from the other stuff over here. PlayStation has made about $1.5 billion off of their first party titles going to PC, and they've sold roughly about 43 million units of their games, from Spider-Man, Days Gone, God of War, Horizon, and Helldivers 2. Everyone who thinks that PlayStation is not going to try to expand their PC, footprint, I think they're kind of a little bit silly, but this is just some of the information that we got out here. AC, do you have something to add to this?
So is this accounting Steam games? Is that
This
what
is
it's or
all
Steam
Steam.
sales?
This is just
Okay.
all on Steam.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Uh, yeah, dude, especially that Helldivers game. I know it's a multiplayer. It's like a multiplayer only type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to see like what are the sales numbers of the other games for just the PlayStation alone. But if they're gonna make a little bit of extra money on the side from their like their kind of like story driven single player type of games, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that. Maybe not on launch day, but like a year later or whatever. Because they did that, with the Final Fantasy VII games as well as 16. And then, the other Horizon game came to PC. The Spider-Man 2 is it on PC now, or it is coming to
Yeah, it's
PC?
on PC now.
Okay, so it did come to PC. I mean, it. I mean, the Helldivers one, it makes a lot of sense because it's a multiplayer game, so people can play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually kind of curious if it's on Steam. I'm guessing it's Steam servers. It's not Sony servers that they're using, because that's like kind of like a better. It's a more of a win for Sony because they're not maintaining the server costs, if that's the case. If I'm correct on that, my assumption is correct.
I know that you have to tie your PSN account to these games. I don't think all of them, though, necessarily. But from what I know, that there was a big controversy with that for a while. I think they removed that thing for some
Yeah,
games. But for other games, I think it's still attached to it.
I guess Tsushima made less than 2.7 million if it's not on this list.
Yeah, probably. But also, I do want to point this out from the Sony earnings report from their chief financial officer. She was saying that Helldivers 2, once it went to Xbox, also made a sales boost on PC and PlayStation as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was gonna buy it and I completely forgot to, specifically for the Halo collab that they did, because that was pretty. I wonder if that had a play in it as well.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, we gotta play Helldivers, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's another game we gotta play.
What's up? I'm willing not to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's just some of those interesting data. I do think PlayStation's going to expand more of their first party to day and date. It just feels like it's getting closer to that time, especially with all the cross-buy stuff that we're hearing and confirmed, and all the like other stuff we're seeing. I just feel like it's coming. That's just my personal opinion. Would you have more to add to that?
Not really.
All right, cool. We got a couple more people. How they get this idea when Japanese games still go out of their way to dub and translate their games for the U.S. Yeah, especially if you buy games from like Play Asia and stuff. How even like the Asian versions and some Japanese versions have English subtitles to them. And then Frank says people need to stop buying games. Never. I will never stop buying games. I'm part of the problem. Okay, let's go to getting down to a couple of our final stories here. AC, I think you looked at this article. Do you think you can read this one real quick while I use the bathroom? Or
Sure. Which one is it going to be?
it says Take-Two CEO.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to scroll if you're going to step away then, but I could read it on my screen.
Yeah, just you have the the article pulled up.
Yes.
All right, just why don't you give that a quick read? I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
All right. So this article is going to go into Take-Two CEO says consoles aren't going away, but gaming is moving towards PC. And he goes on to say that the CEO Strauss Zelnick said on Monday that although gaming consoles are not going away, the industry is moving towards PC in the next decade. Quote, I think it's moving towards PC and business is moving towards open rather than closed, unquote. And if so, I mean, it kind of ties in with the Sony thing earlier about how they make the game on Sony or on PlayStation, excuse me, but then they like release it on PC later on. And I think those windows are probably going to get shorter and shorter as far as like the timing of them. But I think it's kind of weird because console gaming, I feel like is only going to be around for maybe another 10 to 20 years. And then it'll become a bit obsolete and it'll just be a PC box that can just play all the latest games, kind of like what we've got with this Steam machine that was announced recently. But yeah, moving on to this article, which you guys can't really see because I can't really scroll his screen there. I don't have remote access. um, So Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says, it's kind of funny that people think about the console and PC as two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform for gaming. I kind of want to revisit some of that conventional wisdom. So I guess like this is an allude to kind of like the early days of console gaming where, they were legit consoles built for specifically only gaming. And now, and this is back when, building a PC was pretty expensive and the technology around it was like, it wasn't as easy to come by as it is now. So, yeah, all they're really talking about in this article is that they just want to, or what they're saying is the whole, PC gaming is where everyone's moving towards, but the fact that they want to still keep console around, I just don't think it's going to last more than 20 years, at least for Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because I just feel like the future is just going to be fully on, open markets, trying to just like make kind of like a high-end boutique kind of machine that has like a built-in OS operating system and just kind of hope that like people stay in that ecosystem more than try to leave it.
Yeah, I mean the if you saw the Steam Machine video, they talked about how it's a console, but it also can function as a computer,
right?
Which is really interesting. That's how they marketed it. So, I would imagine it'd be really weird if like they decide to go into the computer space with these consoles, and like Microsoft obviously puts like Windows on their Xbox, but then Sony comes out with a computer OS that they put on their console, and then they try to keep people in their own ecosystems that way. I don't know. Yeah, and it's Nintendo will just do whatever Nintendo does because they march to their own beats. So
yeah,
they're not gonna be phased by this per se.
No, without a doubt. And look, like exclusives and everything else, like yeah, it's nice and fun. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I just want more people to play my game, no matter where, how. I don't care anymore. I'm getting too old for console war bullshit. Some people still haven't. But like I said, I just want more fans of the games that I like, you know?
Yes.
And if they can find a way to give me like PC level performance in the most easy, accessible way to do that, you know, I'm all for it. Let's just go. And, you know, it does feel like more and more like those are kind of just like they're just dying off. Like that, like at the end of the day, it's just like, everything's kind of just going to become more of an open operating system, and it's going to have like customized UI to make it simplified, and you just go with like it's basically like if you buy an Apple phone or an Android or whatever.
Yeah. What I said when you were gone is the ease of access for getting computer parts is like much better now than it was like 20 years ago when like or over 20 years ago when the original Xbox launched. Um, like now, like you literally could go to Amazon and buy like your parts from there. You know, back then you had to go to like specific hardware stores or whatever. Whereas like you could just go to Walmart and buy the console and it's all there ready for you.
Yeah,
So, and then with the internet, with YouTube and stuff, you can learn how to build a computer. It's a bit more easier. So, um, them like I like I said, I feel like console gaming, excluding Nintendo, is going to become a bit obsolete because it's now caught up. Like PC gaming, they've kind of equalized. Like console gaming has caught up to like PC gaming, and then PC gaming or PCs, I should say, have like equalized down to consoles where either or you can either build or you can buy. You know, depends on how lazy you are.
yeah.
Um,
Frank says, I want less fans and more games.
I agree.
Sometimes I feel like that too. It's just like, I'd
Yep.
rather not deal with like half you people. I wish I could Thanos snap you away. All right. But yeah, very interesting article. AC, you got any more final thoughts about that before we move on?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. As I said before, links to all these are down in the description if you want to read these on your own time as well. All right. One of the more interesting articles that kind of crossed my radar recently was this one. At the Game Developers Conference, 60% of game developers in the United States reported an increase in their salaries with the average pay of $142,000 a year. So I thought this was pretty interesting for some more inside baseball kind of reporting. This is what the article says. It's a very short one, but we'll get right down to it. This is a report in a recent Game Developer Conference (GDC) study that included participants from 562 American developers. Below are some more findings from it. All right, the highest annual salary were found amongst managers making $160,000 and programmers making $150,000 a year, versus the lowest were among artists who were paid $124,000 a year. AC, what do you think about that?
They get paid too much.
Well, we're about to find out some more about that. Funny that you say that. Only 15% of surveyed AAA studio employees reported an annual salary below $100,000. In AA studios, 25% of developers earn less than this amount, and while in indie teams, it's about half. So there you go. So less than 15% or 15% of all AAA employees make less than $100,000 a year. So I wonder where those people are living too, because as we go on, this is going to talk more and more about other things. 53% of respondents are dissatisfied with their salary size. Specifically, 11% stated they barely make enough for everyday needs, and 6% admitted that their salary does not cover even basic necessities. So, what do you think about that statement now, AC?
That is ridiculous. For the main reason, it's like, okay, so these high salaries, we can already guess that these are the Californians, the Washington State, those areas where most of these big development studios are at, and I mean we know the cost of living in those areas are insane, especially like within the last like 10, 15 years.
Oh yeah.
I highly doubt this is somebody from like Stockholm, Sweden, complaining about their salary, because I know the cost of living there isn't too bad compared to like California and Washington.
Well, I got a second point to ask then too. What about like other major Tokyo or Osaka, like Japanese cities?
Oh, dude, that if you're making six figures and living in Tokyo now, if it's truly six figures in Japanese yen, depends on where you're at in Tokyo, you're living pretty good.
Hmm.
Now, you might be working all hours of the day and not able to enjoy that, but you would definitely be living pretty well, and able to afford, what did it say? Basic necessities. Like, well, I don't know what these people must have really bad spending habits then if they can't afford basic necessities, or they should probably stop shopping at Trader Joe's or something, you
Or
know?
Erewhon.
Yeah, like that. I'm sorry, man. Like, you don't have to live in the city. You can live outside the city and commute to work. And a lot of these jobs, because of COVID, went remote too.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to live in a completely different city and work remotely, as long as you have the right skills and they want to keep you. So
Yeah. Well, even with like California, you're not driving. You
yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's a nightmare out there. Moving on here, 11% of developers take on side jobs. Most often, they do this for additional income. 50% of cases, but other popular reasons include creative fulfillment, 52%, career-driven development, 31%, and a desire to work on diverse projects at 30%. So a lot of those people of the 11% take side jobs for many different reasons. The biggest one is additional income. Can't really blame them. Layoffs have affected 24% of developers in the last 2 years. Of these, half have still not found new employment. So that's actually pretty crazy to think about. Of the 562 devs, 24% of those devs were laid off this last year, and half of that, so 12% of those are still unemployed. That's a pretty high number, actually.
Yeah.
So, and that's just from a small sample size. So that's what, at least close to 100, 200 almost.
Yep. Yeah. Job market's rough right now. It's been rough for a while, and even if you have, you know, a really good portfolio like that, not every company's looking for to hire you, unfortunately.
Yeah, so this is another fun thing here in the article. 80% of developers consider the game industry to be less secure against layoffs compared to many other fields. Nevertheless, 82% of respondents still do not plan to leave it for at least the next 5 years as well. So people still are chasing their dream, even if they think that they can get laid off at any moment. So it shows you once again that, artists will still want to see their job, and who can blame them? If your life's passion is video games, you know what, it is hard to give up on your dream job.
Yeah, this comes off like high risk, high reward for me. This
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, if we look at this year alone, games like Hades, Silksong, Expedition 33, uh, you know, damn. I just talked about it. Warhorse Studios, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like, a lot of indie devs have shown that, like, you can make smaller teams and actually make something, as well too. So, like, that also must be encouraging a lot of these people. I don't know when this article's from. I think, let me see here. The 17th. So is that the beginning of the week? So pretty, maybe that's also booing some of these people to want to stay around, because it's like you never know what the next hit's going to be. Because, like, what, Silk Song was like 6 people.
Yeah, it was really small.
So, like, with that, like, they just got like one massive hit, and that's all they needed. Like, those people are set for life. And then, of course, last but not least, support for union creation exists among 64% of devs, which, to be honest with you, that's lower than what I thought. I thought it would be a little actually higher. But only 9% are members of one. So unionization in the game industry still not high. I'm actually shocked that this is just barely over 60%, to be honest with you. I thought this would be trending higher to like 70, 75%.
So 36% of the devs are based because they don't want to succumb to union stupidity.
But yeah, that's all I have to say for this article. Do you take away anything from this, AC, that you'd like to add as final thoughts?
I mean, it's funny. The one that kind of sticks out to me is the 80% developers consider the game to be less secure. I mean, I find it funny only because we saw the fruits of that with all the layoffs that happened this year and last year. So it only makes sense that people be scared. Um, the salary stuff is funny too, but that's only because all these big companies are in these like super high cost of living areas, and then these
Yeah.
people don't know how to budget their money, or they choose to live in like really expensive environments where they don't really need to,
Hmm.
um or they have crazy lifestyles and they want to blow their money on stuff, so like it's GTA 6 or something. Yeah.
So we could go on that as like one a topic for another day. I feel like when I get another big article lineup about game dev costs or something like that for a later date, because that one feels like it's like a whole subject on its own, and we'd have to go into more factors that I don't have in front of me right now. But I thought this was a pretty interesting thing to read here, is that, you know, even people who are making $142,000, which is, you know, almost double what I make in a year, like these people are still not finding it easy to live. So, you know, I own a house, a car payment, you know, and I'm able to do a bunch of stuff too. So I really, like you said, I really wonder how bad cost of living for them is to not be able to like have a comfortable lifestyle, or just in general, if like you're making like they said, like 15% of AAA employees are making less than $100,000 a year. And I wonder if like a lot of that, like how much of that is like contributing to like this number overall here, if those are like the main responders or what, you know?
Yeah, I meant to do a cost of living analysis before coming on, but I completely it left my mind because I wanted to see like how much it costs to live in Seattle or Redmond, and then California, wherever the major studios are there, and then Tokyo, for example, or Stockholm, and then see like are people just living too lusciously or lavishly?
Yeah, that's the word.
So
But yeah, that's an interesting one. And we'll close this off here because I actually have more to follow up on this. Ando says, Dispatch almost reaching its 3-year sales goal in 3 months. I think they must have surpassed that now, Ando, because now they've officially doubled to 2 million copies of the game sold, I think, in like 1 week's time. So they went from 1 million to 2 million, I think, in like a week. So the word of mouth is starting to spread, because I actually picked up Dispatch as well last week because the hype is getting to me, and I can't wait to sit down and play that soon as well. Alrighty. Now we're going to move on to some game trailers, and then our final article of the night will be the closeout big, you know, kind of idea article as well. So first off, our first trailer of the night will be this one.
Pain, ecstasy, suffering. To us, they are the same. You know nothing about the true beauty of suffering. I see your intrigue, your fear, your inability to comprehend these sights. You call for us, and you can no longer return. You can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be transcendent.
So yeah, if you haven't guessed right now, the new Hellraiser game. This was the trailer for that. I know AC's not interested because he's afraid of scary things. But overall, this looks pretty cool. Looks pretty interesting. I will probably check it out. Gave me a little bit of BioShock vibes, ironically enough. But probably won't be as good as BioShock.
I'm glad I'm not going to bed after this. Otherwise, I'd be having some crazy fever dreams.
Well, I guess we'll keep the ball rolling then about fever dreams over here. Next up, this game is called Sleep Awake. And this is actually one of those Blumhouse games. For people who don't know what Blumhouse is, it's the horror studio movie company, and they've also started reaching out to games as well. One game they put out earlier this year was Fear the Spotlight, which I actually downloaded. I got to play eventually, but it's made by one of your favorite band, like drummer AC.
Oh no, who is that?
I think you fought all their fans on Twitter, and then you got upset because.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah. I don't want to get back into that because that was terrible, man. Those people are nuts.
But yes, this is made by one of the members of Nine Inch Nails and one of the writers of. Oh crap! It was a very controversial game. Oh crap! I just saw it. It's like Fallujah, Nights in Fallujah, or something like that. I can't remember off the top. I'll
Was
look
it a
at-
shooter game?
Yes, it was a shooter.
Oh, it was like 12 Days in Fallujah, or
No, it's one of those games. It
okay.
It got delisted. Here, I'm gonna look this up now because it's gonna drive me insane. I just saw it. Spec Ops: The Line, and the writer from Spec Ops: The Line.
Okay.
So this one kind of got on my radar, and this one looks actually pretty cool. This looks like an Atom game. So let's watch it real quick, and then we got a couple more to move on to, and then we'll close out with a big thought.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep.
Come along. This way. You're not ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost.
Give me your idea.
That is Sleep Awake, coming early 2026. I guess the story behind this game is that if you fall asleep, you die. And it's a post-apocalyptic world where it's like a Cthulhu kind of being is like fucking everyone up or something like that. It sounded pretty cool, and the trailer looked interesting. I wanted to share that. AC, do you have anything you'd like to add about this one?
Two things. One, people are really messed up in the head if they want to chase these type of experiences while they're awake, because that was something I would definitely dream about if I was high on an insane amount of drugs and stuff. But secondly, I don't know if you see the fine print right there. It says footage captured on PC. So I know it's a PS5 game, but do you think that means it's going to be a PC game later?
Oh, it's on PC as well. It's a dual
Okay.
release. This was
Okay,
just,
perfect. Okay.
This was just a obviously when you do these trailers, even if it's on multi-platforms, they'll just do like well, it's only on PlayStation through this advertising and stuff.
Yeah. I in the beginning you had me in the first half, and then I lost it in the second half. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on this game. I enjoy not living in fear.
Another thing too is that this game also has full motion video, so like it's live action cutscenes that are going to be spliced into this as well.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that.
Yeah, well, like I said, it looks like one of those artsy fartsy games. It's got the guy from Nine Inch Nails. It has the guy from Spec Ops: The Line. So those are like already people that I know are kind of going to be more creative and weird. And on top of that too, it's also part of the Blumhouse game, so it's going to be artsy fartsy. As you see right here, the Tribeca Festival obviously is an artsy fartsy festival. If you know anything about that. So, yeah, figured I want to share that one out. Looks pretty cool. Now let's go to something completely different. This one is more of a cozy game, and this is called Rangers Path National Park Simulator. So there you go.
Being a ranger, it's not always easy. There's a lot to do. Sometimes the list seems never ending. But we love our job. You gotta have passion for this. And that's something that people notice. Sure, it's hard work, but it's honest work. And I get to spend my time here, in the great outdoors, with the wildlife and the peacefulness. And the best thing, I get to preserve all of this for everyone.
So yeah, there you go. National Park Simulator. To be a park ranger simulator. It seems like everything is getting a simulator nowadays, but AC, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, this is my type of game, brother. This is a dream come true for me. I've always wanted to be a park ranger, and now I can do this in the comforts of my home. I'm actually kind of curious, like what parks they'll have in here, because I went to a few parks this last month, and I'd be kind of curious to see like how accurate it is or whatever. I like to see more gameplay though, like what are you going to be actually doing? Because one of my favorite indie titles was a little known game called Firewatch, and
Oh yeah,
I really liked that game a lot, and it was cool because you're running in the wilderness of Wyoming. It was pretty cool to experience that, and so
it's in Wyoming. I didn't know that.
yeah, it was. Yeah, that's the only reason why I bought the game, and I kind of hope this game does that too, because I'll definitely probably buy it at a discount. I'm not gonna pay full price for this, but
Well, it's early access right now, so I think it's already at a discount price.
okay, cool.
So actually, let's look that up right while we're here. I'll look it up for you. National.
Yeah, you got to read the comments here when you get the chance.
Hold on. All right, 1 second. Path. Rangers Path. Sorry. Rangers.
Get to wear the cool uniform, drive around in the cool trucks. I wonder if you get to carry a firearm, because all of them carry firearms, but I doubt it. If this is going to be a cozy game.
I don't know. It doesn't have a price right now. It says it's just add to your wish list. So it will be coming out soon here. But which one? Let me see here.
Start after what I said.
Don't say that around Jana.
After that.
All right. So the greatest thing about Nine Inch Nails, their logo being in Quake. Having to stop Yogi Bear from stealing picnic a basket. Hey, boo boo.
Yep.
I was expecting there to be a twist.
Dude, I was too, because the very beginning, when he's driving down the road, you see something scuttle in the bushes. I was like, wait, is this gonna be some apocalyptic type of game? I was half expecting it to be something like that.
Especially after the first two games, I can understand. Like, okay, what's gonna happen now, Adam?
Yep.
What kind of sadistic bullshit are you about to show off next, Adam?
Exactly.
And then we got Mr. Nerdy Neo joining us here. Says, I like Firewatch.
It was a great game.
I gotta play that.
I need to replay it. I played it on Xbox, I think. That's where I have it. And I don't know if it ever got a physical release, but I enjoyed it.
I know. Well, it might have. I would have to look that up, but I no, I don't think so off the top of my head. What are you doing, Neo? How you doing? I almost expected the bear to rip the ranger to shreds. I wonder if there's going to be like a government shutdown mod, and it's just you don't do anything.
That'd be hilarious.
That's the first mod they make. It's just your ranger just sits around not getting paid. Frank says the driving down the road reminded me of the famous jump scare video.
Oh,
Which one? All of them. All of them. So I thought this was an interesting game to show off to people. Honestly, I know that this kind of looks like a fun game. I would love to see someone actually buy and stream this and just have like a fun time with it. But I don't know if it like is going to actually have multiple national parks in it quite yet. Because from what I was looking at, it looks like it's just like a made up national park from what I was looking at, unless someone can show me otherwise.
That would make sense if that's the case, because who knows if those are like government protected names or whatever.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like, since we're talking about this, I've been falling asleep. Like, there's this like creepypasta YouTube channel that takes like, you know, horror stories that people write about being like park rangers and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I was like, I thought this was kind of interesting to kind of throw in there too, because that's why I used to fall asleep with stuff like this.
I'm looking at the there's on the Steam page. There's another trailer. It's the gameplay trailer, and it looks pretty generic, like what you're doing. You're going around cleaning up the areas, putting signs up, taking photos of wildlife. It reminds me a little bit of Zoo Tycoon 2, which was a 3D game, and you couldn't see. It wasn't so this game is third person. The Zoo Tycoon 2 game was like it had a first person mode, so you couldn't like see your character and you couldn't like see how their animations and stuff, but you're kind of doing more or less the same. And no, obviously this game looks really good. I mean, and you're running into NPCs that are hiking and stuff and exploring the park. So, I add it to my wish list. Depending on the price, I'll probably stream this game because I'm very intrigued
I will
by
be
it.
down every time. I will just annoy you and be like, "Are there any bears in the area?"
By the way, this company here, they've done Police Simulator and firefighting simulator and Seafarer the ship sim. So seafaring simulator and construction simulator. So those are like the other 4 titles they've done.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. I heard Police Simulator was actually decent.
It's super cheap right now. It's only $10.
It's $10 more than I want to spend. Next up, this game kind of came out of nowhere. I know this one actually has a demo right now on Steam, but I like these type of games personally myself, so I kind of wanted to show it off. It's called Unbeatable, and it comes out next month, but you can check it out right now on Steam with a demo. Basically, it's a rhythm-based kind of game. I love these type of games, so here it is.
Why shouldn't I treat you like you're a cop?
So yeah, that is Unbeatable. It gave me a lot of Scott Pilgrim vibes, and I do like Scott Pilgrim. I guess the big story about this is music is outlawed by the government. So it's basically a glorified punk story, and I actually think it looks pretty interesting. A lot of very anime-inspired art style. I like this art style a lot. It personally is my favorite type of art style, but also the soundtrack I heard from a lot of people who played the early review said it was really good, and I'm a big sucker for a good OST, so curious to check this out. Comes out later this month on, next month, I should say, early next month. AC, what do you got?
Yeah, the art style is really cool. It's a very unique style, with the 2D characters and the 3D backgrounds. I'm not like the biggest rhythm type of person, like rhythm game type of person.
Mm-hmm.
That may or may not be because of the complexion of my skin, but I mean, I wonder how the story is, because like you said there, it's like, or how it said there on the end of the screen where music is illegal. So I'm kind of curious, like, what the story's about, how much it's going to lean into modern world stuff, because I got some weird, what's that game that it has some weird Dustborn vibes a little bit, but that's where I got initially. So I'll probably watch, if you stream it, or I'll probably just watch a video of somebody playing it. But
There's a
look
demo
interesting
out there. I just want to say that again. There is a demo on Steam.
That's true.
If you want to go check it out and see for yourself first before you buy it.
Yep.
So I want to throw it out there. But I don't know. Like I said, I want to show off interesting, unique games. This one just came across my desk not too long ago, and I'm like, this looks fucking pretty good. So I kind of want to show it off. And yeah. And it says, seems fun, though it has an annoying quirk of seeming like it doesn't want to show you that much gameplay. Which is true, but like I said, there is a demo out there. So if you want to try it before you buy it, there you go. So you can actually make a informed decision on your own if this is for you. I think I'm going to download the demo, and I might stream this next week. A couple interviews fell out, so maybe I'll fill one of those days with a demo reel of this one. But that is the second to last one. This one over here, really quickly, we'll share. Just a reminder, speaking of demos, Onimusha 2 has a demo out today. So there you go. If you want to play Onimusha 2, there's a demo for it right now. I know for a fact that we just got an announcement that Onimusha 2 physical will be handled through limited run games, so I'm kind of curious to see when we're going to get an announcement for that. AC, do you have anything you want to say to that?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy it, because now I'm just going to wait for that physical release. Because I was telling you about it. I'm like, I'm just going to wait till they announce a physical release, because I feel like they will. So I didn't expect LRG to pick it up. That's interesting. So yeah, whenever it comes out, I'm looking forward to playing it finally.
Yeah. Also, we need to talk. You need to find me that Switch Collector's Edition one day.
Yes, one day.
One day. I need it. I'm jealous of you. All right, and the last trailer of tonight will be Total Chaos, a game that ironically enough started as a Doom mod. So let's watch the trailer for it.
I've been alone in this place. Isolated and rotting away. It has been suffocating.
Atari publishes stuff.
I've lingered here far longer than I ever meant to. Retracing old steps and replaying every moment. Wondering where it all fell apart. But why? What's the point? You can't rewrite what's already happened. My path brought me here to this corpse of a home. These fading memories. They're all I have left. You fought so hard not to drown. And yet here you are, dragging yourself deeper feels familiar, doesn't it? You left this place once. Every moment you dwell here will lead you closer to inevitability. If you still had a chance to leave, would you take it?
All right, that game looked a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be, and I'm not trying to show you nothing but scary, weird games, AC. That was not planned.
I chose a great time to return to your show. It looks like,
but
it's a theme here.
Yeah, total chaos. This game looks pretty damn cool. Cool. I think it's available with Game Pass, so I'll have to check that out as well because it is out right now. So there you go. Ando says one of those good narrative talk over gameplay trailers, though too spooky for me personally.
What Doom game was this a mod for?
I
Because
think
this is
2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it started off like that. Stop trying to give AC nightmares. I'm not trying to.
Yes, waking nightmares.
That's fine. He can use to wake up a little bit. Put some hair on your chest.
I mean, it is so for a game that was supposed to be a mod, but they're just like, we're gonna make its own game from it. It is pretty impressive. Everything there, all the animations and like what they're doing with the atmospheric storytelling and the different environments and stuff. Like, yeah, that was pretty creepy to sit through. But it is still pretty neat to see that it was a mod, and they're like, "Nah, we'll just make a game out of it." So they must have got some good funding or something because it looks pretty well made.
It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Yes. Yeah, when people think Doom, they think the original Doom mod. But yeah, you got to have it. Like, you got to remember there's other Dooms. And yeah, it is on Game Pass too with this little symbol right at the corner here. So it's also Xbox Play Anywhere. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
All right. Last subject of the day. And this one is going to be kind of like the big idea one because I've been seeing this a lot online. And I feel like this is a good little conversation because I have a lot of strong feelings for it. And I don't know if you do, but I think you might have some good thoughts on it. But Fallout co-creator Tim Cain says today's games suffer from trying to be everything for everyone when they should be learning from the 80s games. These games were really focused because they had to be. Now, link to this article is in the description if you want to check this out. Tim Cain, obviously legendary creator, helped create Fallout franchise and many others if you check down here too. And I want to know, what do you think about what he's saying here when games are trying to be everything for everyone?
Well, it's like the copy and paste of I think the easiest example is like an open world game. Where it's like you have an open world game that has like points of interest that are unlocked that are kind of unlocked the same way. You have objectives that are found the same way. You have a gameplay loop that's like the same. But what it is, it's like that that format is just copy and pasted across like multiple genres. Or not genres, multiple series. So you've got like, Breath of the Wild is the best example. You have Breath of the Wild. That's an open world game. And that year we had, or the years following it, we had all these other open world games, I'm drawing a blank right now because it's late in the day. But like the Kirby game that came out on Switch, that wasn't super open world, but it was like open area type of game. You had obviously like, I think that was around the time, if not, it was before that when Assassin's Creed really started going open world. Obviously the Horizon game for PlayStation, and so I understand that point where you're saying is like they're trying to get more people in and they make it a little bit easier for people to play these games, so the controls aren't as like complicated, or like the gameplay is not as frustrating. Whereas like on the flip side, where he's talking about how in the 80s, like games were just so super hyper focused, right? Like you look at like three games, Mario Brothers, Zelda, and Castlevania. They all three play differently, and they all three have their own levels of difficulty, like their own unique levels of difficulty, and they would attract their own audiences. But nowadays, you have like just this format of games. Like look at a battle royale, for example. Like that's everywhere now.
Yeah.
Every major publisher wants to have a battle royale because that's what is hot. So, um, yeah, I think I have some more to say, but you should probably say something.
Well, here's the thing. Because I've been doing more and more of these like series out there, like the Legacy Loading series, and I'm looking at all these devs and all these game companies and learning so much about, you know, the history of gaming. I kind of look at this and go, it's kind of silly when, you know, you got Tim Cain of all people, who should know that, like, when you make a game, you're assuming it's going to be like everything for everyone, you know? Like, you want to try to like get as many people into what kind of game that you're making. You want the most eyes on it. You want the most people to go and buy it. And I know a lot of people have been kind of on this like thing of like, if you make a game for everyone, you make a game for no one. I always kind of counter back with like, video games are made for everyone. It's up to you to decide if it's for you, you know?
Yes.
And I do understand his point that he's trying to make here. Like, and I do understand the point of like, we see so many people just like monkey see, monkey do. I mean, I've been on record many times saying like, I am so sick and tired of a cool looking game. And I go, that looks interesting. And then what is it? Another Souls-like game. I'm not good at Dark Souls games. I don't have the time, nor the energy, nor the patience to sit down and really, really learn how to play a Dark Souls game. I've done it once with this game called Monster Hunter, and I'm good. I don't need to do it again. I'm just not a fan. All right.
Yeah, for me as a gamer, I always, whenever I like try to find a new game to play, I always seem to gravitate towards like a new style or gameplay that I have not experienced before, and I'm running out of those type of experiences because now we're getting to the point where a lot of the games are just more or less the same.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the things as a kid growing up that I was really drawn to, was like how this game was so completely different than the other game, and then the other game next to it as well. Whereas now it's like a lot of it's more the same, and it's based off of like, do I like the art style for this game now, or do I like the music, or do I like the studio behind it, instead of like the actual gameplay. And it kind of goes back to what you said about don't make a game for everyone. Like these, I think what he's trying to say is like, developers should just make a game that they want to make, instead of trying to think that they're gonna get as many customers as they can with this game. Like,
well, if I may, let's read a little bit of his more words here. Today's games have forgotten the lessons of history, according to veteran RPG developer and Fallout co-creator Tim Cain. In a YouTube video uploaded this week in response to a viewer who asked whether old games could offer any lost wisdom for today's game developers and design, Cain responded with an emphatic yes. Today's games, Cain said, suffer from an identity crisis. They don't really know what they want to be, he explained. They try to be everything to everyone, designed by committee, making a publisher happy, trying to guess what the largest demographics want. Old games, he said, had a strong focus because they had no other choice. I don't believe that at all, to be honest with you, because I've done so many episodes covering all these other devs. And, you know, I'm going to counterpoint here. Frank here, too, says fighting games are not made for everyone at all. That is also not true. Like, the arcades were made for everyone. They wanted you to come in there. They wanted you to go out there and, like, have fun. And, like, when he goes, like, well, they're made by a market industry or something like that. They all have always been made like that. I just don't agree with this settlement here, because arcades are, like, the proof of, like, they were just made for everyone. One of the big things that they always say about like why arcades had a big problem was because of the people who became too good at a game were driving away like the casuals. They were driving away the women and everything else like that. So like originally fighting games were made for everyone, but then people got too good. And then what happened was that a lot of people were just driving some businesses away in some of these places. I'm going to say like it wasn't the big reason for why arcades eventually failed, but it doesn't help when you scare away people to go try a video game because you got someone else there who's like really good and it doesn't make you want to play a game.
It's funny. I can apply that to Smash Brothers. So Smash Brothers was basically made to cater to everybody, and it got to the point where the community, the hardcores, were so toxic about how they wanted the game to be that when Ultimate came out, or even like Smash 4, which is basically what Ultimate is, Sakurai had to like really refine it so that it was beneficial to the fighter, like the people that are into the competitive scene and then the casual scene. But for me, I was a casual player for that game, and I just don't care to play it anymore because, especially when I play with people online, it's like everyone is now a pro at this game, and I miss the days when it wasn't everybody. Everybody was just a casual at it, and
Yeah.
it's not fun anymore. It's like I understand that. Even though I didn't grow up in the arcade era, I totally understand that from like a Smash Brothers fan point of view.
Yeah, because Frank says here, I'm talking about fighting games now. Arcade games needed to appeal to anyone these days are long gone. I don't necessarily agree with that. It all depends on what kind of person you're playing with. Like, if you go play online, yeah, you're going to get fucking your shit pushed in. But, if you still are just, like, having family over and you're just going to want to fuck around or have, like, a couple casual friends that you're just going to go and you're just going to spam, like, the uppercut move, like, 7,000 times. Like, you could still do that.
I'll be your guinea pig there, Frank, because I plan on purchasing that Marvel's Tokon game when it comes out on PS5. And I'm not a fighting game guy, but that game looks so cool and the art style and everything about it. And I'm gonna give it a whirl. I was also one of the people that bought Dragon Ball Fighter Z for the Switch, even
don't
though
remind
like
him. He's going to say that for the next hour now. You fucked up.
yeah, so like and I bought it because at the time I was really big into Dragon Ball Z, and I tried playing online and I got wrecked, so I stuck to like the story mode, and that kind of lost my interest after a while. But yeah, anyways, I went out and still bought it. I actually took the initiative to buy it. I did buy it on sale though.
Yeah, and then also, this one's kind of funny over here. Not exclusive to gaming either. Remember when Shrek came out and was popular and we got a bunch of copycats and that were worse just chasing that trend for the dollar sign? Fun fact, Doom 3, just as good as Shrek. That's what we learned.
Okay.
You need to watch that episode. Watch the Doom episode.
Okay.
You'll laugh. It's
All right.
pretty funny. And then Nerdy Neo says, that's exactly why I don't play PvP games anymore, AEC. Well, the funny thing is there was another article, but I couldn't find it. But recent survey said like over 60% of gamers still enjoy single-player games too, Neo.
Yeah. No, I'm with Neo. If I play a PvP game, it has to be something real casual, like what the normies are playing, like Battlefield or Call of Duty. Or I got to a point where I was trying to play Halo Infinite a lot, but I kept getting into those sweaty lobbies, and it was just driving me nuts. So yeah, I'll stick to my single player games.
I'm too old, damn it. I can't do it anymore. It's too much work to keep up with that stuff, I will do PvE. That's as far as I go, It's I can't keep up with the metas. That's just like really what it is. I was starting to age out towards the end of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops Life Cycle, so I just can't do it anymore. It's like I want to play more games. I'm surrounded by too many games to invest that much time in getting good, as the kids would say. Moving on here. When Cain says old games, he means old games. We're not talking about his work on the first Fallout here, which is already more than a quarter of a century old. That's crazy to think about. Instead, Cain said we should harken back to the games from the 80s when he started working in the game industry.
You mean the games that nobody's going to know what you're talking about?
Yeah, like E.T.? You want to make a game like E.T., boys and girls?
Yeah, no one's gonna remember those Atari games except for people his generation and a little bit younger.
No, it's like this is what I really hate when people talk about like stuff like this. Like video games were more focused, important. No, motherfucker, you had to come up with your own like fun sometimes. You had to use your own imagination because the graphics were so primitive. It's like when you go like, oh, we're gonna make like haunted house, and like you had to put like a screen, like a fold out screen on your TV and move a fucking dot around everywhere you went and everything like that. It wasn't like these games were that much more focused in the 80s, all right? Like, let's be honest here. There was a bunch of fucking garbage that was pumped out in mass production, too. LJN, like, we all know what the infamous LJN means, all right? Usually it means garbage. All right?
Yeah, it's like the video game crash didn't exist in his world.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean. It's just like, I don't like this, like, concept where it just feels like, oh, well, they were so more focused and everything else. It's like, yes, also the storyline was like, I have no idea. It's just what I think in my head, It's like, if anything, they at least helped inspire like greats to make amazing games. Obviously, Tim Cain is one of them. He was a teenager when he started in gaming. And Todd Howard has been on the record many times talking about how he used to make his own his own Indiana Jones games when he was a kid and everything too, AC says, let's play Indiana Jones or Atari on stream together. We can totally beat it with our combined brain power.
Dude, speaking of Indiana Jones, that was the one game I could not find when I was in the US. I wanted to get that new one that came out physical.
I'll mail you a copy.
All right. I guess that's all I had to do.
I didn't know you were looking for it. You should have said so.
I thought I did tell you that. I'm pretty sure I did.
Or I forgot. You got to remind me of shit.
That's true.
All right. I have good memory, but it's like a ping pong ball. It's sporadic. You know what? It's like weird. Speaking of like my jukebox autism, today at work, I started singing "Bring Sally Up, Bring Sally Down" from like Gone in 60 Seconds. Do you remember that?
No.
There's a song in the Gone in 60 Seconds that got stuck in my head, and I haven't seen Gone in 60 Seconds probably since the year it came out on DVD. Okay. I don't know why. I just started singing the song randomly, and I just was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" Sometimes it's like, how do I randomly remember like the lyrics to this song I probably haven't heard in like 25 years?
Yeah.
But also, Ando says it's making a general statement of making a game for everyone makes it for no one. Statement and making it about glazing the 80s games for some reason.
Yeah, it is weird that he didn't remember that the fact that there was a lot of like slop in the 80s and the 90s, and like he just completely like sidelined that from his memory to help with his argument.
Yeah, but if you want to read this article, like I said, the link's more so down in the description, so everyone could go kind of check it out, read the full thing, kind of get their own information. Plus, everything else that we talked about mostly has been linked in the description of this video. If you're willing to look and read a lot of these on your own, don't just form your opinion off of what two jagoffs say online. You got the articles in front of you. Read them for yourself. Get better information than what we're talking about too. Just double check them as well. Go kind of form your own opinion on your own time with these, or even right now. Who cares? You can listen to us talk and read an article. You're smart. But roughly, yeah, that's kind of like what it is. It's like this whole like online nostalgia thing that we've been kind of arguing with people about, where it's like, what was gaming really better that many years ago? Was it interesting? Was it more unique? Like earlier today or yesterday, I can't remember. Someone was like playing Mass Effect, and they're like, "Oh, Mass Effect's so great, it's awesome. They just don't make them like they used to," or something like that. And it's, to me, I just hate reading this stuff where it's just like, look, there are still great games that are being made today, you know? Like, we just showed, like, a bunch of games that are coming out that look interesting and fun. This whole year, we just had, like, a whole giant, like, list of awesome new games, great sequels, original IPs. And I just feel like I don't understand, being black-pilled when you supposedly are well-informed about the game industry. Like, if you're just a casual or a tourist, I can understand why you don't take away some of these views, but if you really are like super entrenched and informed and so up to date on gaming news, then I find it hard to be black-pilled, you know?
Exactly. And not only that, I know for a fact that a lot of these people that are black pilled have not finished their backlogs. So if you really care about a lot of the older games that you never got a chance to play, why aren't you making a conservative effort to go back and finish your backlogs? Because that's what I've been trying to do. A good mix of backlog and then newer games.
Yeah, exactly. Frank says over here, guys, in 20 years, there's going to be people saying that this was the best era of gaming because they never remember the bad stuff. And that's true, you know? Like, there is a lot of really shitty games that people forget about. And that's why I always tell people, like, just watch the Angry Nerds videos, all right? He will remind you all the crappy games, you know?
Yes.
So it's just like, people just forget that there is just a lot of garbage that gets shoveled out everywhere. Like, Neo, he's an achievement hunter. He knows there's a lot of games that are just achievement slop or platinum slop, you know?
Yeah.
It's not there to be good. It's not there to be remembered or impactful. It's there to just be trash. But let's also kind of go with another thing here, too. There are a lot of people online who also take their opinions from other people telling you, like, everything is garbage or everything's great and amazing. And word of mouth can be both a double-edged sword. It can help you get more people involved in a game, like Dispatched. And then there's other games out there that I've played where they have, like, really shitty critic scores and I think are good, like Rise Son of Rome or The Order 1886. Or even right now, Recore. Like, Recore did not, like, review very well, but I'm enjoying the hell out of that game a lot. It's not amazing, like, by any means. It's not, like, groundbreaking or make me feel like things I never felt, but it's just, like, it's a fun, very fun, serviceable game.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into a spiel of some terrible GameCube games that I've played of late, even though it's my favorite console. But there's always gonna be good games. There's always gonna be bad games.
I'm sorry. My wife gave me a snack real quick.
Well, if I can try to close us out here, one thing I like to point people to in the description here, I added a YouTube video. If you guys are not aware, the Analogue 3D, which is basically a FPGA N64, is going to be releasing soon, or at least you could be able to pre-order it here soon. And a lot of like YouTubers have been able to get some review copies of this console. And I found a really cool video that does a really good breakdown of this Analogue 3D. So it's in the description of this stream. We didn't get to it today, but if you have the time, you should definitely check it out and see what you think about it. I'll probably be picking it up, not anytime soon, but in the future, because I think it's a good step forward for playing N64 games in the modern era. So, it just in the description below.
Yeah, definitely check that out. In some other groups I'm in with retro collecting and stuff like that, there is a problem with this thing called the Evercade, or whatever that is. I can't remember it. What
Evercade sounds correct. I'm looking it up right now.
It's like a cartridge that you put into your N64 that basically is all emulated games and everything else like that.
Yeah, the N64 cart. Yeah, that's not that. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what it's called off the top. It's like Ever something.
Yeah.
But I know that
EverDrive.
Thank you. I know that's been having issues so far, depending on which EverDrive you've picked up. If it's an earlier model, it's fine. But it sounds like later models, it's been having issues.
Yeah, but that's like, see, I don't want to get into a tangent here, but with that, like that doesn't really bother me at all because if I'm buying the Analog 3D, it's specifically going to be to play original 64 games. I'm not going to play emulated games on this Analog 3D. So, I boohoo that like it doesn't work as well. They'll patch it out. It'll just take a while because they got to figure it out, but that is like the only negative point people have pointed out about it. So to me, that's like a non-negative point for me.
Yeah, exactly. And we got Mr. JM showing us his hand peaky wavy. Hi, buddy. I mean, yeah, it's something I want. I know I just got a fucking email saying like, oh, you can pre-order it on the 24th, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. When I don't have money, that's great.
Yeah, you be both.
It's just like once again, you know. But yeah, I think that's a good way to kind of end this off here. 2.5 hours, really good show. I think we got a lot of done. I really enjoyed this. AC, thank you for stopping by. I hope we can really make this a regular thing going forward because I had a lot of fun, and hopefully next time you're more energetic and ready to go.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on, and yeah, I hope I'm back to full strength here soon. And it's fun just going through the news and reacting to news and trailers. Hopefully, the next set of trailers you show are not the same theme because Halloween's done over, boy. It's been well over 30, almost 30 days now.
I didn't know, all right? I walked into some of these, I'm like, I didn't think they would be this trippy. But some of them I expected, but nonetheless, it was great to have you. Link to his channel is in the description of this video. Please go click there. Give him a follow. AC, do you have any plans coming up soon that you'd like to share?
There might be a stream next week, but this weekend I'll be busy recording my massive haul of video games that I was able to get while I traveled this last month, and some cool little unboxings. So hopefully they'll be published next month. We'll see how that goes. But other than that, hopefully a stream next. Well, no, next weekend's Thanksgiving weekend, so that might be a bit difficult. But just keep an eye out, hit the bell, all the works, and I appreciate everybody's support.
All right, awesome. As for me, we will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Xbox 360. I got the original launch night of G4. We got a long list of people, and by long list, a good handful of people who will be stopping by, rotating in, telling their stories about when they got the 360, their memories, and so on and so forth. So please stop by tomorrow. And if you're still here and you made it this long, please leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. And maybe share this out to some people. Be like, hey, listen, look at these idiots talk about stuff. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe something interesting will catch your eye. But until then, I appreciate everyone for stopping by. If you haven't already checked out my other videos, I do have some Steelbook videos posted as well of my Steelbook collection, unboxing videos, and older videos as well from other shows I do where we talk about video game history. If those interest you, please check them out and leave likes and comments on them as well too. Really helps the algorithm. A small sacrifice to appease the algorithm gods. With that being said, everyone, it was very wonderful for you to all be here, and we'll see you all tomorrow.